What's up, everybody? Hope you all had a great day getting into this episode of Beyond the Gates. I enjoyed this episode, some parts of it. Danny and Andre were funny as hell. Listen, I ain't even mad at Andre because I probably would have been thinking the same thing. If I saw Danny cooking this huge Thanksgiving spread, I would have been a little bit nervous. It was funny as hell how he came downstairs throwing shade at her cooking because he was like, the only thing I ever seen you make was an omelet. Yo, the way she threw that carrot at him and he caught that shit, I said, now that was a nice ass catch. I like that catch. He caught that shit and bit into it. That shit was hilarious. Their whole scene was just so beautiful, so funny, and it just felt natural. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thoroughly enjoyed their scenes. You know what? I admire Danny for trying to cook, trying to throw down in the kitchen and whatnot. I love it. Families doing their own little traditions and stuff. Because usually she goes to the country club with the rest of the family and have Thanksgiving there. But I love that she wanted to do something different this year. This is her and Andre's first Thanksgiving as a married couple. So naturally, she wanted to do something special. Homegirl done burnt the damn turkey. I said, Lord, that turkey was pitch black. I said, yeah, you need to stay out the kitchen. Because apparently Rowena gave her detailed instructions that she did not follow. Because I'm like, what the hell was that? That was just straight up blackened turkey. Lord. But you know what? She get an A for effort. She do. Because she was down there, getting busy chopping up, the carrots. She was down there getting busy. So I give her an A for effort. You tried. But don't do that again. Let's just make reservations next time, sweetie. I get that she wanted to, do something different. So she asked Andre not to go spend Thanksgiving with Ted this year. I mean, if I was Andre, I would have been happy not to. Who the hell want to sit across from Leslie? Like, I'm just saying. But I'm glad that she putting in that effort. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was like, listen, I want this home to feel like your home. I love it. I'm loving everything about them, Like, this married shit that they got going on, it look good on them. It really does. So, anyway, moving on from that. Joey shocked the shit out of me. That man was putting in effort for Vanessa. Like, it brought homegirl to tears. Like, she was just crying over the fact that somebody would go through that much trouble for her. He literally shut down Uptown, got the whole place to themselves, and he in the kitchen cooking her dinner. I was like, yeah, Joey is in love with this lady. He is smitten with Vanessa. Because Anita was asking if Vanessa was going to join the Duprees or whatever at the country club, but, Nicole could not stand the fact that Vanessa went with Joey. She was like, oh, she got a prior engagement or whatever. And Nicole couldn't stand it. Like, I could see the look on her face when she said it. She did not want Vanessa spending no Thanksgiving with Joey, but it is what it is. You can't tell that lady what to do. But Vanessa was just so emotional about it because she was like, damn, you going through all this trouble? And homeboy up in there getting busy up in that kitchen until that alarm went off. I said, now what your ass up in there burning, Joey? Like, what did you burn it? Like, damn, you burn food too? But you know what? Him and Danny, I swear to God, even though they probably can't cook like that, they do get A's for effort. I give them that because they doing it. So he was asking her how the twins are or whatever because she had went up there to go see the twins. And Deanna is still having a hard time. She may never come home. Like, the way it's just sounding, Vanessa should have stayed a little longer with her. Donnell is still trying to be protective of her and stuff. But I feel like Deanna is, the way it's making it sound, she's not stable. Like, I ain't saying she crazy, but it just sounds like when she do come back to town, she gonna be a handful. And I feel like Vanessa need to pay more attention to her. Like, Vanessa probably spent maybe a day and a half or maybe a half a day with them kids, which is trifling. It's trifling. Like, Vanessa should have spent a few days with them kids at the very least, at least a week or so. Like, them kids is hurting and you out here gallivanting with Joey. I mean, it was cute. What Joey did for her, that was real cute, but damn. Go be with your children. But crazy as it is, though, I'm actually enjoying Joey and Vanessa. Even though I'm pretty sure she probably gonna get some type of proof down the line of what he did to Doug. So I know she gonna, be at a conflict within herself about what to do. Cause I know she really falling for Joey. So I know she gonna be feeling some type of way because eventually she gonna find out what he did, and it's gonna be a whole lot of drama there. But I'm enjoying the shit out of them. I like the chemistry between them. And Joey is really feeling her, and that's not like Joey, because Joey seemed like the type, he's very guarded, but he loving him some Vanessa. I mean, to go through all this trouble. So anyway, moving on from that. So Eva and Ted show up to Orphy Jeans for their dinner. Listen, that food and that dessert at Orphy Jeans, that shit look good as hell. I was like, I would have been up in Orphy Jeans fucking that food up. I'm all spitting on my phone. My bad, y'all. See, that's how much. See, that food got me salivating. See, damn. Yeah, that food got me salivating. Don't worry. Listen, Thanksgiving does that to me. It does it to me. Listen, my mouth get to watering when I start thinking about good food. But yeah, so they sitting at the table or whatever. Leslie comes sauntering her ass in there. And, they having a little good old time or whatever. And Ted had the audacity to not only invite Eva, he invited Leslie back to Martin's place, to visit with the family and have a little dessert or whatever. I said, hell to the no. I don't like it. I don't like that Martin is getting so chummy with Leslie, because Martin was being nice to her and stuff like that. Now you got your daddy inviting her over to your home. I'm not feeling it. I'm like, you're not mad enough at her for me. Like, after what she did to your parents. And you being all cool with her, I don't give a damn if she did offer to finance your little campaign or whatever. You don't need her financing. Martin does not need her funding. I'm pretty sure he know plenty of people with deep pockets. Like, ain't enough money in the world make me be nice to Leslie. I'm just saying. So, she was like, nah, that's tell Martin I said thank you, but I'm gonna hang out with Peaches or whatever. She gonna spend the day with Peaches. And here go Eva talking about Kat. And the funny thing is, Eva likes to tell anybody who will listen that Kat is obsessed with her, but every time she's around somebody, she finds a way to bring up Kat's name. Oh, is Kat gonna be there? Like, why does it matter to you? She needs to stop worrying about Kat. Like, and that's what annoys me most with Eva. She likes to play victim. Oh, I wouldn't want to, mess up her holiday or whatever. See, that's that victim shit. Like, you trying to you make yourself seem sympathetic, and it's just super annoying. And the way Leslie was sitting there trying to throw shade at Kat or whatever, I didn't like how Ted just sat there and allowed them to just throw shade at his daughter like that. That pissed me off. I'm like, Ted, you ain't shit as a father. I'm just saying, like, no. So he's sitting there running his mouth, telling all Kat business, talking about, oh, she went out of town with Tomas or whatever. That's not her business where she is. Her whereabouts is none of the girl business. Just let her know it's fine. She could go to Martin's. Ain't nothing gonna happen. She didn't need to know where Kat was. That wasn't her business. So he was like, oh, maybe you should invite Isaiah or whatever. And they keep talking about this big fight that happened at the wedding. So apparently Isaiah and Elon had a huge blow up at Jacob and Naomi's wedding and whatnot. I want to know more about that. Leslie was shocked when she found out that Isaiah was Jacob's brother or whatever, and they were a part of the Cop family or whatever. But you already know Leslie gonna try to use that shit to her advantage. She gonna try to use it. I could see the wheels turning in her head. She gonna try to use all of that shit to her advantage. I'm like, good lord, that lady don't never stop plotting. She gonna find a way to turn the situation into her favor by any means necessary. So anyway, moving on from that. So Martin and Smitty are having a little Thanksgiving thing at their house or whatever. Samantha sitting over there fixing the table, and Tyrell worried about Jessica. Oh, I'm counting down the minutes. I see my boo. I'm like, Tyrell, that girl got your nose wide open. That's all that boy could think about is some Jessica. I'm like, good lord. So June came over and whatnot. I was so glad they invited June. I was so glad she brought her pie or whatever. I said at least she got some manners, because it is customary to bring a dish or something to somebody home. You don't just show up empty handed. So look at June. So they getting ready to sit down for the meal, and they doing, giving their thanks and stuff. And of course Tyrell is thankful for Jessica. Oh, I think I'm falling in love. I'm like, boy, she got that man nose wide open. Like, damn. Samantha is, I guess, thankful for her parents, raising her to not grow up too fast. And I was like, yeah, that's what they trying to do. Because you being a little thought pocket out here, they trying to teach you something, little girl. And, June is just grateful to be there with her children and be a part of the Thanksgiving Day. And Martin, of course, is thankful to be back with his family. And Smitty is thankful for his job and his family being back at work. I said this was cute. I liked it. I ain't like that little montage of when Isaiah, well, not really Isaiah, but when Eva and Isaiah and Ted showed up for dessert. I said, they really invited her. Ted ain't got no shame. But it was sad that Kat and Chelsea wasn't on today, because apparently Chelsea is having Thanksgiving dinner with Madison and her family. When I heard the dinner, I guess they are vegans or whatever, vegetarian or whatever the case may be. So it's not your traditional Thanksgiving meal. Naomi was like, oh, they having cauliflower steak. Now, for those out there that may know, let me know, what the hell does cauliflower steak look like? Like, what does that, do you put A1 sauce on that? Like, what does it look like? Because that just sounds like something that's not that appetizing to me. And I love cauliflower. I love me some cauliflower. Like, especially mixed vegetables like cauliflower, broccoli, and carrot. I love it. But am I eating that shit in the form of a steak? No. When they told Anita and them what that menu was like, Naomi was rattling off all the menu. And I think Isaiah was like, oh, Miss Anita, you gonna try some, or you gonna do it, whatever. Listen, Anita was not playing. She said Chelsea could live in her truth. I'ma live in mine. Pass me the butter. Anita said, y'all better go somewhere with that tofu nonsense. Anita was like, it is Thanksgiving. I'm not eating that shit. Anita's me, because I would have said the same exact thing. Like, ma'am, it is Thanksgiving. I'm not eating that. Pass me the butter. Pass me the rolls. Pass me the turkey and the ham. Okay, and the baked mac. Because I'm not eating that tofu nonsense. I'm not eating no cauliflower steak. You got me fucked up. But yeah, I wish Chelsea and Kat was a part of this stuff. But I can't fully blame Kat for not wanting to break bread with people who don't support her. I don't blame her, because they've been shitting on her lately. So I don't fault her for wanting to get away for a little minute. Hopefully soon we get to see all the Duprees sitting together, having a meal, because it felt very segregated. That it did. It felt very segregated. I say all the Duprees and the Richardsons, everybody just off on their own, having their own little separate dinners. But that's what happens when you have like a big family and stuff, families who have their own families, everybody want to eat at their own home, and maybe they'll stop by later or whatever for, a little dessert, a little after dinner treat. But even Vernon noted, that their Thanksgiving looked a little smaller this year. And hoping that next year, to be bigger. But at least Isaiah got to join. I thought Isaiah was supposed to be having dinner or considering having dinner with their parents, Darlene and Elon. Because I know they were talking about going to Orpheus or whatever, I think, for dinner, and having a Hawthorne Thanksgiving dinner. So I guess we ain't going to see that. He ended up joining the Duprees. Naomi was actually pleasant. She didn't have an attitude with Jacob, surprisingly. But she was definitely very chatty with Isaiah, and I noticed the eye contact her and Isaiah was giving each other. I said, oh, okay, yeah, something might go down with them. I wouldn't be shocked. Bill, him and Haley was pissed. Haley was so mad Bill took her to the country club for dinner, knowing that the Duprees was going to be there, she was not thrilled. Bill could not keep his eyes off the Dupree table. Haley sitting over there talking about decorating their new vacation home and stuff. Bill was not paying her no bit of mind, and she noticed. And she was ready to go. At one point, she was pissed about being there, and Bill was like, well, we can go somewhere else, until she saw Isaiah. Once she saw Isaiah, she wanted to stay. And when she bumped into Isaiah, they was getting all flirty with each other. I could definitely see Haley and Eva throwing down over him. Oh, I could see it. They definitely gonna brawl over him. They gonna duke it out. Naomi came over being all pleasant or whatever, and Haley had to put up a fake smile like she was happy to, be assistance to Bill's health and keeping his health good. She was faking that shit. She was like, nah, I want him to go. That's the face she was making, like trying so hard to smile through it. But what she was really thinking was, nah, I'm trying to kill his ass. But Bill could not take his eyes off the table. Even when Vernon got up to give his dinner toast and stuff, and he gave a beautiful speech. And Bill was just all up in that speech because Bill wished that he was at that table. Bill misses being a part of the Dupree family and all their traditions. And then when he went over there to wish them all happy Thanksgiving, and thank Jacob again for what he did, helping to find Chelsea and whatnot, Haley came over there and Anita was quick to shoot him away. She said, well, I'm sure y'all want to get back to y'all table and celebrate y'all, Thanksgiving or whatever. And the look that her and Haley gave each other was funny as shit. Anita was not playing. She said, all right, Scoop, get your ass back to your table. Like, let us enjoy our meal. Speaking of, so apparently Ashley and Jen, they were having their own little dinner that Ashley was hosting at her apartment. I guess it was just going to be her, Jen, and Mona, which is cool. Keep it small, keep it simple. I ain't mad at it. But hopefully, next year the Duprees get a big ass table or whatever at their mansion and they can have dinner there. Cause I know it's going to be some drama. But it was pretty cool Thanksgiving episode. Like I said, I wish Kat and Chelsea could have been there. But it was cool for what it was, I guess we're not getting no new Beyond the Gates episodes until Monday. So as far as Beyond the Gates go, I will see y'all all then. I wish all the Beyond the Gates fam a happy Thanksgiving. Hope y'all enjoy. And I will see y'all all later. Peace.